Hello everyone, I'm Ritika. Today we're going to practice a gentle yoga class. Grab two blocks and practice close to a wall. Let's begin. Come down on your back, taking the soles of the feet to touch and the knees to fall out. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. So take the soles of the feet as close to the hip or as far away from your hip as you need to today. Take the right hand to the belly and take the left hand to the heart. And just tune into your breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. With every inhale, expanding through the belly, the ribs, the chest. And as you empty that breath, notice how the body grounds down. Fully coming into the present moment. Becoming an observer now. Staying here for a few breaths. I invite you today to practice with a sense of surprise, with a sense of welcoming whatever thoughts, whatever sensations, whatever feelings that come up. Welcoming them without judging them. Taking rest when you need to. Slowing down when you need to. Truly listening to the body, to the mind, and to your emotions. On the next inhale, gently bring the knees together. You can help them together with your hands. And then keep the feet planted into the ground. So the knees are over the feet here. And open your eyes and extend your arms up towards the ceiling. So the fingertips pointing towards the ceiling. And then close fists and just moving the fists up and down. Maybe as you inhale, you move the fists up. As you exhale, you move them down. At your own pace. And then making a few circles with your wrists here. In one direction and in the other. And then rest your hands down right by your hips or take them at your lower back, especially if your lower back needs support, and extend the legs up. So see how your lower back feels in this pose. If it feels too sensitive, maybe bend the knees a little bit more. Pointing the toes up and then moving the heels up. So we are flexing and pointing through our feet. Pointing the toes up and then the feet. And again, linking this with our breath. As you inhale, point the toes. As you exhale, move the heels towards the ceiling. Point and flex. Doing this a couple of times and then just moving the heels in one direction. If you hear some cracks, that's great. And then in the other direction. Then bend the knees, hug the knees into the chest, roll off to one side, press into your hand, and let's move to hands and knees. Hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips, coming into tabletop position. Great. From here, we're going to take a few cat-cow. So as you inhale, open the chest, arching through the back. Exhale, tucking the tailbone in, lifting the belly up, letting the head go. Inhale, open the chest, arching through the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. Exhale to round. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale to round. Really articulating this movement through all the vertebrae. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. On the next inhale, come into a long spine, extending the spine from the crown of the head all the way to the tailbone. Moving the hips towards the heels, bringing your arms by your side, coming into child's pose. Staying here for a few breaths. And focusing on that breath. Bring your arms forward as wide as shoulder. Press into your hands, tuck your toes, lift the hips, moving into downward facing dog. Keep sending your torso towards the thighs. Keeping your neck long, keeping your knees bent, and then maybe straightening through one leg and then the other, pedaling through the feet here. And perhaps straightening through both legs, any amount. Staying here for a few breaths. And then walking to the front of the mat, taking your time. Taking your hands to the shins as you inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Inhale, take your hands to the shins for a long spine. Exhale, bring your hands down. Come onto tabletop. And from here, finding that strong foundation, perhaps one moves to plank. If you do move to plank, make sure that the shoulders are in line with the hips. And you're looking a couple of inches in front of your hands, pressing yourself away from the floor, keeping the legs strong. Exhale, bring the knees down, and then come all the way down. Straighten through the legs, coming onto the tops of the feet. And just bring your hands right under the forehead, so you make a little pillow for yourself, and then rest your forehead on your hands. Make the legs really active here. Next inhale, lift up through the right leg. Just a few inches. Set it down. Inhale, lift up through the left leg. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, lift up through the right. Exhale, set it down. And if this is too intense on the lower back, make the movement even smaller. Engage through the belly. Set it down. Left leg again. Set it down. Right leg. Set it down. One more time. Left leg. Set it down. Right leg. Down. And left leg moves up and comes back down. Take a deep breath here. Move your hands out, wider than the mat. Come onto the fingertips. As you inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift the head, neck, and chest up one more time. Keep the legs strong. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands right under the shoulders. Press into the hands. Come onto the knees. Downward facing dog. Few breaths here. Keep moving the hips up and over. Keep the legs really strong, extending through the spine here. And as you exhale, come down to hands and knees. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale through round, through the back. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. One breath here. And as you exhale, bring the knees down. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale to round. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up, sending the chest back. Downward dog. Walk your feet to the front of the mat. Take your hands to your shins. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to move into a wide leg stance now. So send that left leg back. Have your feet be parallel to each other, toes pointing in, and grab a block or two. Just keep them in front of your face. So let the feet be parallel, toes pointing in. Send the hips back. Lean forward, come into a wide leg forward fold. Keep the knees bent if you need to, if your hamstrings feel tight. Inhale to find length through the spine. Exhale to fold. You can take your hands on blocks. You can even use it to rest your forehead. See what you need to do today. And just breathe in this pose. Welcoming any feelings or sensations that may come up here. Then take your hands to the waist and come all the way up with a long spine. Great. We're now going to move into a goddess squat. So move your feet outward. So they're pointing to the corners of the mat. Bend into your knees, coming into a squat here. The knees are pointing in line with the toes. Hands to heart. Take a long, deep breath here. Exhale through the mouth. Another one. Great. Bring your arms out, long, palms facing up in a T. On the next inhale, bend the elbow on the right arm. Take the right forearm to the right thigh and lift up through the left arm. Come back to center. Bend the left arm. Take the left forearm to the left thigh. Lift up through the right arm. Come back to center. Bend the right arm. Bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Lift up through the left. Maybe up and over this time. Come back. Left arm to the left thigh. Bring the right arm up and perhaps over. So you're coming into a nice side stretch. And back to center. Breathe. Keep the arms out wide. And as you exhale, straighten through the legs. Come back to the front of the mat. Come to stand in Tadasana. Arms by your side. Feet planted into the ground. And just take a few moments here to breathe. Really feel all the strength, all the breath, the prana moving through the body. Great. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, take your hands to the shins for a long spine. Exhale, bring your hands down, move into tabletop or move all the way into plank. Keeping yourself really strong in plank, pushing away from the floor, keeping your legs strong. Take another breath here. Exhale, bring the knees down and come all the way down. Come onto the tops of the feet. As you inhale, press into the hands. Come up, head, neck and shoulders. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, press into your hands, come onto your knees, and just come to sit on the mat. We're going to move into Janar Shirshasana now. So feel free to take some height right under your seat. You can use a little cushion or a block. And just bring your legs in front. So first we're going to take our hands right by our hips this time, and these hands will help keep us propped up. Keep both legs in front of you. Again, the knees can be bent here. See how your hamstrings are feeling today. Inhale, lift the right leg up, bend the right knee, open the right hip, and set the right foot down. Lift the right leg up, extend it, and set it back. Let's do that again. Right leg moves up, bend the right knee, open the hip, set it down. Lift the right leg up, straighten through the leg, release. Last time. Right leg up, bend the right knee, open the hip, set it down. And this time using the hands to prop you forward, keeping the spine as long as you can here. Inhale to lengthen, hinging at the hip, coming forward any amount, moving into Janar Shirshasana. Close your eyes. Feel free to keep that left knee bent. And just breathe here. Slowly come up. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, bring your right hand on that left thigh and bring that left hand back, coming into a twist. Exhale to release. Great. Send the right leg back, straighten through that right leg. Take your hands right behind your hips as they were before, keeping you propped up, spine is long. Inhale, lift the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, set it down. Lift the leg, straighten it, set it back. Lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip, set it down. Straighten through the leg, set it back. One last time. Lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip, set it down, and then move, rolling your pelvis forward, hinging at the hip, slowly coming forward, folding over that right leg. Feel free to keep that knee bent. Close your eyes. Tune in. Tuning into all the sensations in the body. Everything that the body is trying to tell us. And then moving out of this pose, inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, take the left hand close to that right thigh or touching the right thigh. Send the right arm back, coming into a twist. Just for a breath, exhale, release. Great. So we're now going to move into our meditation. You can lie down for Shavasana, or you can use a wall right behind you. I especially like that. So that you keep your spine really straight. Feel free to take a block or a bolster right under your hips here. Take your hands at your thighs, on your knees, one over the other, and just closing your eyes. If you're lying down, make sure that your hands are facing up and your feet are away from each other. Begin to breathe. Becoming aware of the inhales and exhales. We become aware of so much more as soon as our eyes are shut. All of the inner workings. Some thoughts may come up. Some bodily sensations may come up. Observe them without judgment. The eighth obstacle to yoga, as mentioned by Patanjali, is alabdha bhumikatva. Losing belief in one's abilities, feeling dejected or disheartened, feeling impatient when the result isn't close. Where does the mind go when we do not get what we want as quickly as we want it? It is the teaching of yoga to find santosh in the karma itself, in the action, in the journey. Instead of waiting for some future rewards. Can we find peace? Can we find love in this moment, right now? Taking a deep breath. Wiggling your fingers and toes. If you're in Shavasana, moving your head side to side, turning to one side, and coming to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. Taking your hands to heart. Thanking yourself for practicing today. For allowing yourself a few moments of peace, a few moments of love. May you take this energy with you as you move through your day. I'm going to chant one Om. Feel free to join or listen. Om. Namaste.